Hi, I am Jess and I collect reborn babies, and at the moment I have around 13 in my collection. So I got into reborns because I've always loved dolls my whole life, and everyone else kind of seemed to grow out of them and I never did. And then during the pandemic I got really lonely. I was spending maybe 10 hours of the day on my own, which I have never done in my entire life, spend that long on my own. It wasn't too long after I started collecting the babies before I got into social media. And this was mainly because I really loved taking photos of them and I wanted to share them with more people. So I made myself an Instagram account dedicated just to the dolls, really liked it, and then thought, oh, I'll try TikTok as well because that's all the rage. And within a month I had a viral video which had 26 million views, which was very overwhelming, and I very quickly got a couple of 100,000 followers on there. And people seem to really enjoy seeing the dolls, and I really enjoy sharing them and just educating people about them, really. I do have a couple here that I have made, and these are ones that I bought the kits for and then painted them and weighted them and stuffed them and made them look realistic. So what I do try and do is sell mine fairly cheaply if I can, because this is just a hobby for me. I'm not looking to make huge amounts of money from it. I only make a couple of them per month, maybe one or two. And this is just because obviously I have a full-time job, so I can't make them full-time. It is really fun, and I really enjoy being creative with them, and it's just a way to express an art form, really. I've given myself a bit of a limit, although having said that, every time I make a limit I then seem to go past the limit. I thought my limit would be 5 and then 10, and now I'm obviously on more than that. At the moment, because I don't have a huge amount more space, if I buy one, I'm trying to sell one on so that I keep a general level of the same, but sometimes you just come across a doll and fall in love with it, and that's happened several times this year already, and I couldn't say no, and so they did have to join my collection. Everything I do with my dolls I usually film, because I really enjoy creating content. So a lot of the time I will change their clothes, so I do change them, not hugely often. Some of these haven't been changed in about 6 months. It tends to be my newer ones that get changed more often. And I find that quite a bonding experience with them, which sounds very weird to say, because when I heard other people say that they bond with their dolls, I was like, how do you bond with a doll? That seems weird and ridiculous to me. But then when I started buying them and started interacting with them, I could definitely see how you can become very attached to them. So as I said, yes, I changed them. I like taking them out in the pram for a walk, which is a good way for me to get out of the house because I predominantly work from home. And they're very comforting to hold, so anytime we watch a scary movie, I will be holding a doll. We don't watch scary movies about dolls, but we will watch scary movies in general where I'll just hold one. We watched one a couple of nights ago and I spent the entire time just staring at the doll's face because I couldn't look at the screen. Other than that, I will sometimes take them out into the garden with me if I'm reading, just because it's nice to hold. They are weighted to feel like a real baby.